It's time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show live on WBON TV and on radio at WEKY, WKXO, and WIRV. Support your favorite team with apparel from Campus Warehouse and join us here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Also brought to you by Bishop Small Engine Repair and Nuevo Vallarta. And now let's go live to your host, Michael Watkins and Samantha Burford.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome into the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Michael Watkins here with Samantha Burford. And Samantha, it is here. We are in kickoff week. Kickoff to football season is here. Friday night, got all three of our coverage area teams in action, and it is, this thing snuck up on me, though. I was not ready. I'm still not ready for high school football yet. It's here, and we're excited for it.
I'm ready. How are you not ready?
Well, I'm ready for it. I'm just not.
We've done the pregame show.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Learned all about our coaches, our new coaches, our players.
It just kind of snuck up on me, though. Like, I wasn't ready
because
for it to be here already.
Because you're probably thinking, holy crap, I can't believe it's August.
That's true.
Yeah.
School starts back on Wednesday.
And you've been in vacation mode.
Yeah, I just got back from Florida, which was fun.
I think I'm still darker than you.
Of course.
Like, I got more of a tan.
Well,
even in the rain.
I was chasing two kids around the beach for 5 days, which was fun. But we are going to have fun tonight. We've got Pam Dexter over here with us. Of the Dexter family. We're going to come over and talk to us. She's here with us to talk about the first game for Madison Central. Some very cool things happening this year with the Central football team.
Some new traditions.
And I think it's cool. You know, Coach Holcomb is an old school guy, bringing in these new school ideas that they are kind of putting together for this first game, and they'll be going on throughout the season.
And you would think, as many times as he's been interviewed over his lifetime of football, he was a little nervous, last Monday when we interviewed him.
I think it's because you were around. He wasn't nervous around. I've interviewed him 100 times. I've talked to him, but now you being there, I think he kind of got a little nervous.
You think because a girl knows football or a girl just interviewing
Just
him?
you. It's just Samantha Burford.
Just my radiant.
Yeah.
Beauty.
We'll go with that. Well, let's talk to Pam while we've got her here with us about the Restoration 1 Roy Kidd Bowl. That is your all's opening game this Friday night against LCA. And, Pam, some cool things happening before the game, if you want to talk to us about that.
Sure. I know, first of all, the students have put together a paint wars that they are doing at 4:30, I believe, across the lot.
So we got to remind them all, don't wear your good clothes.
Don't wear your good clothes. They have to bring their own paint. I just happened to see that on my child's post. I didn't know about that before.
So what is a paint war? What does that even mean? Just like a paint, like throwing paint at each other?
I have not participated in that.
Oh, my kids have participated.
My kids have in the past as well. So they bring their own paint and they come in covered. So I think the kids are super, super excited. Obviously, last year they were limited in the games they could participate in. So I think they're wanting to hit the ground rolling.
And I do believe, I'll add to your story, the principal, Mr. Fritz, says do it early. Because if you're going to wear those clothes to the game, it needs to be dry. We don't need paint hitting up on everyone or on the bleachers or things like that. So they do that very early.
Yes, that's true.
You talked about the fans aspect. We were there for the Lexington Catholic game on basketball this past year when the fans were allowed back in, or the pep section was allowed back in. And since then, they have just taken off. You look at what they did on the original tournament run to the state tournament.
For basketball.
And then in baseball, they had a pep section for baseball. I think they're just excited to get out there and support their fellow classmates. So that'll be something fun that they're also doing. The Tomahawk Walk. Tell us about that.
Okay, well, right before that, actually, I'm going to cut in. At 5 o'clock, they are having a tailgate that they're doing at the top lot. They wanted to start this last year, I believe, but obviously we had restrictions.
COVID.
Yeah, shocker. So anyway, so they're starting that at 5 o'clock. They're wanting everybody to come out to the top lot. Churches, I don't know who, but several churches are cooking and grilling and having food at 5.
So do you pay? If I'm coming to eat, do we have to pay?
My understanding is that you do not. I have not been told that specifically.
So maybe it's a donation from the church they're buying.
Possibly.
Food,
I don't.
Or I guess if you want, you could bring your own food.
Yeah, if you got a certain dip
absolutely.
or whatever you like to make for a tailgate, that would be something fun to do.
Yes, just very tailgate.
Bring your cornhole.
Is it okay if I come up and go live before or at the tailgate facility?
Absolutely.
Let's do that.
We have other. I think we have maybe some other people doing that as well. But absolutely. Yeah, it begins at 5.
Okay, so 5 o'clock. And that's at there by at the top where the gym is, kind of behind the gym area?
Correct, and it's kind of the new pavement section.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they just paved it last week.
So that's something fun. You got the war the paint war, then you got the tailgate, and then you got the Tomahawk Walk.
And then the Tomahawk Walk is something new they're doing this year. From my understanding, that it will begin at around 5:30. And then that will include the dancers, the Madison Central dancers, the Madison Central cheerleaders, the band, football players. And I believe this week they're inviting the youth football team to walk with them as well.
Oh, that's very special.
That is cool.
And I don't know if they'll add to that every home game.
Something different every week.
I don't know about that, but that's what I was told this.
So every home game, this is going to be even the tailgating, every home game?
That is the plan at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is exciting, and that will be fun because, it's always typically parents or grandparents that come to the games. This gives fans a new reason to come. You can celebrate not just watching our student athletes, but
listen, there are some very talented players, not only at Madison Central, but Southern and Berea as well. And I'm telling everybody, listen, you can watch us at any point of the season. You can watch us on Saturday. You can watch us later Friday night. You can go to the game and still pull it up on. We do replays. If you see a cool play on the field, you're watching our broadcast, you can go back and watch the replay of it. And sometimes, with our stuff, there's a little bit of a delay because of the us going over the air or whatever. So you could see a replay. You can watch it on the field and then pull it up on your phone real quick and watch it on your phone, a replay of what just happened. So there's a lot of cool nuances. Folks, go out there and support these kids and take part in some of this cool stuff they're doing before the games just to create some excitement, I think, is the main reason.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the kids are excited as well.
I know. I think they're going to be so excited. They're coming back to school on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Like, this is giving them something to look forward to because last football season, they, at this point in the season, they weren't even sure. Are we going to have fans?
Yeah.
Are we going to have a game? Will the pep band be there? Right. Will the dancers be allowed? Will the cheerleaders be allowed? We didn't even know if we'd be allowed.
You and I were there last week or a couple of weeks ago. We saw a different kind of energy. You seeing that with your son and some of the other players. What have you seen within the team that was different than what it was last year?
Well, I think the energy level for sure. And I don't really attend the practices. I let the coaches do their job. I do more the fun.
Coaches love that about parents.
I do the fundraising side for the most part. I don't really. But the few times I have been there to collect things from different parents and such, the energy level is definitely there. They're hoping for a regular, normal as can be season as possible as far as being able to play and have the crowd and the band. And personally, I didn't realize how much I missed the band.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
We talked about it a lot last year.
I was like, wow, that was I didn't realize how much of an impact they really had.
Yeah, playing songs between quarters or playing songs that were being out there at halftime.
Right. Unfortunately, we still had the cheerleaders and the dancers, so that was definitely good.
But even them, I felt like they even knew it wasn't normal. And I'm not saying with the way things are.
Small amount of fans there.
True.
Less attendance.
And they were kind of quarantined off to their own area. They had to wear masks, which I'm still, the mask or whatever they are. That could be a thing that pops up again this year, but it still feels like things are different this season.
Yeah.
With not only, the games itself, but going to the game and being a part of it and the atmosphere. It just seems like a lot of things are different right now. And I think that'll be very exciting for the parents to be a part of that too, because last year you could even tell the parents they couldn't really get into the game because you got to worry about social distancing and everything else.
It's hard to yell through a mask. Even for me. And those people who know me know that I've been gifted with a very loud mouth. So.
Here's the thing, too. This Friday night, if you are a football fan, it's going to be a great game with this Lexington Christian Academy.
They're really good.
They are very good. And this weekend, we were talking about it before we went on the air, they've got all of them are standouts for the most part, both of our teams. But they've got 3 guys on there that are like in the top
100. Yeah.
I'm going to say even better than top 25.
So let's talk about some of the other things that are going on with not only this Friday, but throughout the season as well. Other fundraisers y'all might be doing for the team?
This is really our largest fundraiser that we have. Most of our fundraising actually is over at this point typically because we did in the spring we do a golf scramble that we've already done, and that was very successful. And then our programs and ads, of course. We try to do big things so that we're not doing little bitty things here and there. So
I'm sure the football parents thank you for that.
Well,
big
things. But speaking of that, this being our biggest fundraiser, the entry to get in is $7 to get into the gate, and that's for everyone because it is a fundraising event. There'll be no passes and there'll be no district employee
So it's no matter who you are, it's $7.
It's $7 because it is a fundraiser.
And typically it's what, $5 to get in, right?
I think it is $5. Yeah.
At this point.
I don't either.
Well,
I think it's usually
what
$5.
do you think about, you talked about the Tomahawk Walk thing. Whose idea were these things to kind of just create this excitement?
I believe that was our athletic director, Mr. Cooksey, and Brandon Fritz, from my understanding, that they developed this together.
Well, that's what you could tell these guys are just trying to find new ways to create some excitement. And you look at the Colonel Walk that EKU does. That's a pretty cool thing. I mean, I'm there for all the tailgate shows that EKU does, and just seeing the team, the cheerleaders, you talked about the band performing as they walk across. That's pretty cool to be a part of that, and I think it just really gets you amped up for what's about to take place an hour or so away from whatever the Tomahawk Walk is.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you something else, too. They've added some new signage at the school on the sides of the buildings.
Yeah.
And, every year they try to do something different. Like last year we added the lighting and things outside the school, we noticed. And so now, there's some new signage. So if you haven't been there since last football season, check it out.
It's still crazy to me. Cool. We're 4 days away now from the first football game. We're almost exactly 4 days or 5 days, whatever it is.
By the time you all have to get there and set up.
Well, we're there. We're already set up by now. We just want to make sure everything's good to go. But Pam, so let's talk about again. Where can folks go if they would like to maybe give a meal for the team, or if they want to donate something to kind of help the team? Is there a place they can go to do that?
They can contact me on it is a Madison Central Booster page on Twitter. I think and there's also an Instagram page as well. Of course, you could always call the school. We have the secretaries there know how to get in touch with me or someone who could do that.
Yeah, because that's always needed. Food, it takes a lot of food to feed these.
You got some hungry young boys on all these teams.
Can you imagine feeding Malachi Wood?
Yeah, listen, Malachi, he lost some weight too. He saw that. He talked about it this week.
He's a big old
boy.
I'm
sure she's got to feed Evan. I'm sure it's
she has a lot of boys at home. Well, was at home to feed. So yeah.
Mine are gaining independence.
Well, Pam, we appreciate you coming over. Is there anything else you want to touch on before we let you go?
Yes, the only other thing is we also have 6 middle school games on Saturday as well, which includes, let's see if I can get them all, Caudle and East Jessamine, Madison Middle, Rockcastle, McCreary, and Clarkmore.
Okay.
So those will be starting at 10 a.m. on Saturday as well. And those are $5 to get into on Saturday, and that will get you in for the entire day.
Okay.
Oh, good. So that's part of the fun. That's part of the fundraiser.
Part of our fundraiser. And we were unable to have more than one varsity game this year just for the late start.
Yeah.
So that's why we did it, to add a little.
Well, and that's cool. That way you can come see some future Madison Central Indians the following day. And I did some of those games last year. I got to see some really good players that are up on Central's football team this year, and I'm sure some of those guys will be making impacts later on down the line.
And middle school football has already started.
Yeah.
So I've been seeing some of their tweets already. So.
Well, Pam, we appreciate you coming over.
Thank you.
The Restoration One, big sponsor for you all. Special thanks to them for setting this thing up and sponsoring the Roy Kidd Bowl this Friday night. 7:30 start, folks. Get out there early. You can watch the paint war. You can grab some good food. You can watch the Tomahawk Walk, and then get on over to the stadium and watch some really good football. Madison Central taking on one of the top teams in Class 1A, Lexington Christian Academy. Pam, thank you for coming over. Good luck to you all this year, and have some fun Friday night.
Thanks, we'll do.
Time for our first commercial break, folks. Madison Southern Soccer will join us whenever we come back on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Just think, he'll be driving for real soon. Every new Chevy Equinox comes standard with Chevy Safety Assist, including automatic emergency braking. Find new protection. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer. And in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Kokudet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond.
We can't wait to see you.
Support your favorite team with apparel from Campus Warehouse in Richmond. Whether you're an EKU fan or you're a part of the Big Blue Nation, Campus Warehouse has something for you. Stop by and see their new line of Old Road t-shirts, because guys, we know Saturdays are for the boys. Plus, they have the cutest seasonal tees for the ladies. And Campus Warehouse now carries the new line of tees for the kiddos as well. Visit campuswarehouserichmond.com or stop by their location in the Richmond Center next to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best margaritas and fajitas in town. Doesn't a huge 32-ounce ice-cold beer sound great? Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills. When you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
We're back here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Samantha Burford, Michael Watkins here with you. And Samantha, a special thank you to all of our great sponsors. Jack Burford Chevrolet here on the bypass in Richmond. You can look up jackburford.com to see all their latest inventory. Campus Warehouse over in the Richmond Center. You know, it's that time of year to go get your apparel for your favorite team. Campus Warehouse has all that stuff for you. Also, the law office of Patrick O'Neill, located over in Breathitt County, but he serves all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. Give him a call at 606-666-2990 for a free consultation. Nuevo Vallarta, the best authentic Mexican food around here in Madison County, and Bishop's Small Engine Repair on North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We're joined by Andrew Lunsford, the head coach over at Madison Southern, the soccer team, and Rue Lammer, am I saying that right? So Rue's here with us, and we got Jay Sturson, whose famous game-winning field goal for Madison Southern's football team last year, on here with us as well. And guys, welcome over. Coach, thank you for coming over here with us.
Thank you for having us.
So you all lost to Dunbar in that first game, which they're a really good team. You turned around and got the win.
Yeah, you came back.
Came back, got the second. So you're 1-1 right now. Early on in the season, what have you seen from your team in those first couple of games?
We lost a lot of very experienced players last year. So we do have some experienced players like Jason Rue, but we have a lot of younger guys who maybe their only experience is a COVID year last year.
Yeah.
And so just trying to work them into the system we want to play. And Dunbar is definitely a tough game to start that process with.
Yeah, and look, you know, so all those schools in Lexington, they have athletes all over the place. So they kind of reload after a year or two. With your team, you talked about how young they were this year. How important is it for these two guys to be your main two guys for the season?
It's pretty important, you know, that with their experience, they're able to step up in games like the game Saturday and, you know, perform at a high level. But not just what they're able to do in terms of, like, putting goals in, but to help the other guys through teaching them as well.
You guys have a big game tomorrow as well, Lexington Catholic, on the road. You know they're going to be tough, too. So tell us about that and what we can expect.
Yeah, that'll be another tough game. Hopefully, you know, we've grown a little bit since last Tuesday against Dunbar. Ideally, you know, these are teams, even in our down years, we still want to be competitive.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, as we go through this process of learning what the best players on the field are in the best positions, I think we're a little closer. So hopefully tomorrow that'll be another opportunity for us to see if we are getting to where we want to be.
Right, and no rain. Yeah. It's supposed to rain every day. Do you guys like playing in the rain, or would you rather not? I'm going to assume no.
It wouldn't matter.
Wouldn't matter. You stay focused. Is there a difference playing? Because we don't play soccer, so tell us.
Yeah.
There's got to be a big difference playing in the rain on the grass. It's got to be slippery, and what do you do different?
Oh, yeah. You have to take it slower. The ball's more slick. Things like that. It's way harder.
I would think it would be harder to kick because it would be heavier.
Yeah. You look at what you guys are doing, and you scored a combined 7 goals in the win over Lincoln County. So do you guys kind of make each other better when you're out there on the field? Do you all talk a lot, just try to motivate each other? Or what do you guys do to make sure that you guys are playing your best and your teammates as well?
We just, like, competing against each other. So if one of us scores, the other one likes to score, and we like having that competition between us to see who can get the most goals by the end of the year.
Okay, well, you're off to a good start so far. I mean, I think he's got you by one. But
check. Yeah.
Well, what were your all's team goals coming into the? I know that's something that coaches do a lot, but whenever you lose a lot of experience, what were some of the goals that you guys set coming into the season?
We want to do as good or near as good as we did last year. Like, we did have a lot of better players last year, a lot more experience and older players. So we'd like to come into the season with the same mindset as we did last year and do it just as well.
Well, you got the district championship last year. Y'all lost to Central in the regular season. Got a little revenge there in the district championship before losing to Douglas in the regional tournament and in a pretty tight game in that one as well. So what can you learn from last season? The loss to Central, you get the win in the regional or the district championship, and then the close game in the region. What are you guys able to take from games like that?
Just playing at that high level, we like to just carry that same mindset through to these same games with a high level as well. So we just want to play as the best we can and do just as well.
Being the leaders of the team, tell us what coach is asking of you all to help move the younger athletes up and get them more experience on the field too.
Sometimes they ask for better attitude because we don't always have the best attitude because it's playing at a high level. You want everybody else to play at a high level, but you know that not everyone's at the highest level that you are. So you have to help bring those guys up and encourage them so that they can do better and play to the highest of their level that they can. And
that's easier said than done.
Yeah.
Because I know you probably, being so competitive, might get a little frustrated if they're not doing their best,
For sure.
Well, last year, Jace, we'll talk to you about, you played – the last time we had talked about you was winning when you hit the game-winning field goal in the game over Woodford County. So what were you doing between that and then coming into soccer this year? Were there any summer games that you competed in or anything like that?
No, I actually took a really long break after football. I didn't, we had some practices that weren't mandatory that I didn't go to. I just kind of took time for myself to think about if I wanted to play football this year or what I wanted to do with soccer and just figure out. I'm not 100% sure yet. But you probably will see me on the football field sometime this year.
Oh, good deal. Good deal. And
Coach
I know
Clark
that
probably is happy to hear that.
Yeah. Well, and I think the excitement of that one play and that name, and we talked about you for a week and a half. It was just all about Chase Durso hitting that game.
Right there.
Yeah, I was pumped up. I was sitting up there in the stadium or in the press box. Don was doing the call, and it was like stunned silence for a moment. And then when it goes through, it's just, kind of everything happened at once. What's the biggest difference between kicking the football and then kicking the soccer ball?
Technique is a lot more in football than in soccer. I grew up playing soccer my whole life, so it's come easy to me. But going out there and kicking football and then trying to go back and play soccer, it's, the soccer ball is going a lot higher. I can't keep it more controlled because in football I'm just worried about kicking it as hard as I can and keeping it on the line. So a lot more concentration goes into playing football than it does for soccer for me.
Well, Coach, let's talk about the district. You got same district as it is in every other sport. It's you, Model, Berea, and Central. It's not like you and Central are top again this year, but what will it take for you guys to come out as district champions this year and repeat like you did last year?
I think this year it would take our entire team being able to pull off playing a style that we might not be comfortable with playing for an entire 80 minutes. Central's got a very, very strong team this year. They've had some great results already. They went through their growing pains maybe a year ago or 2 years ago. So they're going to be a solid team, but if our guys are willing to learn and adapt and, like I said, if we play a great 80 minutes, I think we can compete with anybody.
You talked about the style that you wanted to play. What style is that? When you talk soccer, what is the style that you want to play?
So in the last couple of years, we probably played a more possession-style game where we kept the ball more and tried to get it into wider areas and sometimes be able to take shots closer to the goal. This year, we just have to be more adaptive to what the other team's doing. Instead of trying to play how we want to play every game, we're just going to have to adapt when some games. And Central might be one of those. Okay.
So, Jason and Rue, you guys have played against Central before. What are you going to tell your teammates about that game? That's always it doesn't matter what it is. You guys will be playing checkers against each other. It's a big deal whenever Central and Southern get together on no matter what the sport or what the event is. So, what kind of advice can you give to your younger teammates to get them ready for a game like that?
Confidence is key, man, and just staying focused and not being too nervous. The last 2 years, I'd always go into the game nervous, and it would make me mess up a few times. So, just trying to stay focused on our goals and playing good. That's about it. Really.
Anything you would add to that?
I'd keep your head, because it's a very mental game when you play against your rivals, because you're always talking to each other, getting back and forth. So if you can keep your head and stay focused the whole time, and maybe they're not focused, and you're going to have a little bit of an edge on the other team.
What positions do you both play?
We both play up top for the most part.
Well, I figured since you're scoring, I figured that.
Yeah.
But now, are you both righties, lefties, either?
Righties.
Both of you righties?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and soccer's a sport that's gotten some more exposure, and I think with the success that you guys are having, are you notice some more kids coming out, Coach, or is it still kind of trying to get some of those kids that you think would be good at soccer to come out and play?
I think that so. This is my 4th year at Southern, and 1.5 of those have been COVID years. So I think I would say that I think we did have a lot of energy and momentum, especially after that first year, going into their freshman year. But it's hard to say that we've kept that through the last 18 months.
Well, talk about the difference that you saw coming into the season last year as opposed to how it was this year.
Exactly what I was thinking. Perfect.
So, just last year, I mean, we were having 3 or 4 sessions a day of 10 kids at a time, I think, at this time of the year. So I think we went into the first game that year against Berea, and we actually hadn't had that many players in the same place at the same time. So, that is one of the things this year is we've been able to do a lot more in practice to try and catch us up to where we were last year.
All right, well, here's a fun question. Are you guys ready for back to school Wednesday?
Yes, ma'am.
You are ready. No,
Jay
he
says
wants,
no,
he wants to keep the summer going.
Well, what will that change for you guys once school starts back? Will you have a later practice now, or?
I always joke and I say that my assistant coaches have real jobs. They're not teachers, so we normally have later practice anyway. So these guys are used to that.
Okay.
So we generally go 6 or 7 most nights.
You're back at home against Catholic, or excuse me, you're back at home coming up against Corbin.
I think we're all the way
Model.
this week.
You're against Model, yeah. So you got Model coming up on the 24th, another district game, and then you got Estill County coming up on the 2nd. So talk about some of those games, some other teams that are around here that you guys are going to be taking on. If fans want to come out, what would be a good game for them to come out and watch?
Model will be a great game this year because for all our district games, we're trying to do boys-girls doubleheaders. So you get a chance to come watch our girls play Model, and then you get to watch our boys play Model. I think Model's girls will be competitive. Our girls are very competitive. Model's boys have a new coach. I haven't got to see him play much, but you kind of always get a little energy when you get a new coach.
Yeah.
So they'll be competitive with us too. So Model for sure, that'd be a great game to come out and watch. Be on our soccer field hopefully. Estill County game's always a decent game. They always bring a good crowd.
They're pretty good too over there at Estill County. They've had some success in the last few years.
Very competitive in their region. Yeah, they've put out some athletes from time to time.
Well, guys, we appreciate y'all coming over. Coach, if there's like a Twitter or a Facebook that folks can go to follow you and keep up with the team this year, what would that be?
It's @_Southern Soccer. Okay. And that's how you can keep up with what we're doing.
On Twitter, right?
Yeah, on Twitter.
Okay. Are you guys having any fundraisers or anything we can announce and help you guys with?
We normally we try and get all ours wrapped up in the spring so that we can just focus on the soccer right now.
Just stay on the
Well,
path.
guys, good luck the rest of the year. You got a big game against Catholic tomorrow. You come back home on the 24th against Model. Then you play Estill County on the 2nd. You're at Madison Central on the 31st. So some big games coming up. And look forward to seeing those scores, checking you guys out. And anytime you want to come over, if you got something going on, Coach, let us know. We'll be glad to get the folks out there to know about it.
Absolutely.
That's Coach Andrew Lunsford of the Madison Southern soccer team. We'll take another commercial break, folks, and come back. Lots more to get to on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Just think, he'll be driving for real soon. Every new Chevy Equinox comes standard with Chevy Safety Assist, including automatic emergency braking. Find new protection. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer. And in the spring of 1992, Bishop's Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Cub Cadet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop's Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 Northwest Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see you.
Support your favorite team with apparel from Campus Warehouse in Richmond. Whether you're an EKU fan or you're a part of the Big Blue Nation, Campus Warehouse has something for you. Stop by and see their new line of Old Road t-shirts, because guys, we know Saturdays are for the boys. Plus, they have the cutest seasonal tees for the ladies. And Campus Warehouse now carries the new line of tees for the kiddos as well. Visit campuswarehouserichmond.com or stop by their location in the Richmond Center next to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best margaritas and fajitas in town. Doesn't a huge 32-ounce ice-cold beer sound great? Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills. When you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
We're back here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Michael Watkins, Samantha Burford, and we're joined now by Madison Southern Golf. We had the soccer team on, and Coach Austin Newton, in your first year coaching golf, what's it like? You know, this is something that just happened right before the season started,
you're wearing
too, right?
multiple hats at school.
That's right. Golf was my first love. That's what I told the golf team. I grew up playing. I thought I was pretty good growing up, and about a week before the season started, Jay Simmons, our athletic director, we were actually playing golf, and he's like, "You don't have any interest in coaching golf?" I was like, "Actually, I do. It's something that I've thought about for a long time." And I grew up in Campbellsville/Taylor County, and Taylor County for many years has been a really good golf team. So I went to the city school, but Taylor County had the county school. But we shared the same course there, and they had a guy by the name of J.B. Holmes who's on the PGA Tour now.
Yes.
And so back then the rule was you could start playing high school golf whenever you wanted. So he started
first grade.
He started in third grade, and I started playing in fifth.
Kind of like swimming. You could start high school swimming in first grade.
So Austin Newton in fifth grade probably could beat me now.
I don't know about that. But we all got started young, and I still say to this day, like, that's why Taylor County is so good, is because the junior golf program back then was so strong, and it eventually leads to good high school golf. And you could say the same thing about Madison Central. You think about the junior golf over here in Richmond in this area, how strong it is, and it eventually leads to good things. So that's what we're trying to do down in Berea.
I think it just gives the younger generation something. They don't take it as serious, and it's just the love of the game. So Jason does a great job of doing that up here at Gibson Bay.
Yeah.
Just don't take it too serious. Just enjoy it. Play.
I actually take my son and my daughter to see Jason, and like you said, he just has fun with them, and he helps them learn the game through having fun. And,
that's exactly right.
And we just have a lot of great facilities and great courses around Madison County to learn the game.
All over the place.
Yeah, we're very lucky.
Yep.
Where do you guys play your, I guess, technical home games at, or what would be your home?
We do play down in Berea, which is in really good shape right now. They went private last year, and there's not getting a lot of play, and the greens are nice. And this summer we would go out there at 9 in the morning practice, and we're the only ones out there, so it's almost like we have our own course. So
9 holes, right?
It's 9 holes.
9-hole course, okay.
And I've seen that you have taken some of your basketball players out there too. I know Brett's on the team as well, and Walter was out there as well on the golf team too.
Yep, Walt and Jackson Chambers, who plays football. Those guys are all pretty good golfers. They're so busy that they don't have time to go out and practice like we want them to. But in our last tournament over the weekend, Jackson Chambers, what did he end up shooting, mid-80s? 84. And then Brett, who hadn't played golf, he's been working at Cracker Barrel and playing football. I mean, he shot 91, which, I mean, to
never play
and to go in a very, like, one of the best fields in the state to go shoot a 91.
That's pretty darn good.
You know,
he's athletic.
Well, let's talk about this guy over here. He's a pretty good golfer too. And Clifton, you've done pretty well this year. What's it been like playing with Coach Newton and just being out there on the course this year?
I love it. He does a real good job with us and make sure we are real prepared for it. And, you know, he's a good player, so if I got a question on a shot to hit, he's always got my back on it.
Now, do you all kind of compete against each other some when you're out there practicing? Does he get the best of you?
I'm not in his league. I'm not as, I'm not as good as. No, I've seen a lot of good golfers, and he is one of the best ball strikers I've ever seen in my life. He gives himself a lot of chances to make birdies. I guess the one area he can improve on is his putting, but if he ever figures his putting out, he's going to be dangerous. Like, he's got a chance to really do something because he hits the ball so well.
Well, what makes you so good? How long have you been playing golf?
I played on the team since I was in 7th grade, and I probably started playing tournaments a couple years before that, but I put a lot of work in for it and practice a lot and take a lot of lessons and stuff.
So when you say practice a lot, you practice every day? You go hit at the range, you hit balls and you putt, or what?
Yeah, mostly every day I'll go to Gibson Bay and practice on the range and chip and putt. And there's a lot of really, really good players, like Central's guys are really good, and a couple of UK's golfers all play at Gibson, so we always have a good competitive stuff there, which makes us all better.
And that makes it fun, too.
Do you know Kelby Robinson? You ever played with Kelby?
Me and Kelby are close.
Yeah, I've seen Kelby. I've commented on some of your posts back and forth a little bit. Kelby's one of my buddies, and Kelby's a pretty good golfer, too.
He is.
Do you ever imagine yourself wearing some of the crazy outfits that Kelby wears, or are you just Madison Southern apparel?
I don't know. I sometimes wear some crazy stuff.
Okay, there you go.
Hey, that's what makes the game fun.
What's your favorite part about playing golf?
Just out there competing, and like, it doesn't matter how big you are, how fast you are. It's what you put into it, what you get out, really.
So do you have a favorite set of clubs? Are you superstitious at all?
Not really. I mean, my favorites, like the Pings. I love them. Pings. Yeah. But I'm not really.
Well, you're repping Titleist, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, they make the best hats.
Yeah.
Coach has not got no hair, so he's got to find him a hat out there, sure, where it's so hot. Well, Austin, so you guys, you've had a pretty good start to the season, and this weekend you think that you might have had the best score team-wise that Southern's ever had. So talk about that.
Yeah, so traditionally Southern has played in a few tournaments a year, but not like some of the best ones where the best teams are. So we're trying to really raise some money to get into the tournaments, first of all, but we're also trying to go just see how we stack up against those top-level teams. So I said that we shot a school record, and it may be, but we still finished 13th out of 20th in the tournament that we played. So, I mean, just imagine that you shoot a school record and you're still 13th. So it shows you we've got a lot of work that we need to do. But just getting out there and competing against those teams and letting our guys see, like, this is high-level golf, letting them see those tournaments and those guys. I think he shot a even par 71, and there was a kid that shot a 62 the other day.
Wow.
I think Central, they had 4 guys 70 or lower, and they still got beat by 7 shots. It was one of those tournaments that was really high level. So I think the more of those we can play, I think that's about our basketball team as well. The more you can compete against those teams and see where you're at, the quicker you can get to that level.
Right.
Well, you guys have a lot of tournaments coming up as well. I know you want to try to squeeze in as many before school starts as you can. So now things start to slow down a bit for you. What's the next couple of weeks look like for you guys?
So we'll also play some matches throughout the week. So the guys that don't get to go to the tournaments on the weekend, that's usually your top 5 who get to travel to the tournaments. So for those guys that don't make that top 5, we'll have maybe a couple matches throughout the week where we'll play at Berea, or we'll travel somewhere locally to go play. We do have a tournament. When's that? Next weekend?
Yeah,
at Lakeside over in Lexington. And we got a tournament at the Bull coming up. We've already played in 5 or 6 tournaments, and a lot of teams try to squeeze in as much as they can, like you said, before school starts and before it gets really busy.
Well, not all 5 of you guys are here today, obviously. So tell us about the other members on the team.
Right. So Clifton he's obviously our number 1. We have a young man named Samuel Bingham who's our 2-man, shoots mid-80s, very solid player. And then our 3, 4, and 5, it could change day to day. So we have what we call qualifiers throughout the week to see who those top 5 guys are going to be. Obviously, you've seen Jackson Chambers shoot a good score, and Brett Ursuline and some of those guys. A kid named Chris Curry has been a really good player for us here recently. But those 3, 4, and 5 spots are a lot of times they're wide open throughout the week, and that makes it fun for the guys. It makes it competitive.
Yeah. I think competition is the best way to make somebody better. I mean, you got if you want to get to where this person is, you got to beat them. So that's kind of how I think you're setting things up there.
Absolutely.
So as a coach, tell me this: is it difficult to get from one to, like, if you got one player on one hole, one on the next, how do you manage? Do you just sit at the green? And
it's a really good question because I'm having a hard time with it. It's
managing your time.
Right. I love to watch this kid play golf, and that's a big reason why I took the job, is to watch and help him and just try to give him all that I can as a coach. So I would love to sit there and watch him hit every shot, but those other guys need me or just need some encouragement more than he does probably. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And so, you start talking about those 3 and 4 and 5 guys, the more you can go just spend time with them and talk to them. So
well, especially if you can be like, he just said that green's rolling left, but it looks like it's going this way.
Yeah.
You want to share those secrets.
Exactly.
So I know
and it's
hard.
It's an adjustment for me as a coach, and I'm learning about it because I've just been on the job for a few weeks as far as a golf coach, but just trying to get to 5 guys, and thankfully they give us a cart so we can ride to different holes. So it's a learning process for me.
Clifton, have you got a favorite course you like to play on?
I'm a Berea man. I like it's 9 holes and everything, but I like Berea Country Club.
Well, after you're a junior, right?
Sophomore.
So you've got a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Do you have aspirations of playing golf in college?
I do. I really like to.
Have you looked into any, or have you been contacted by anybody yet, or?
They're not really allowed to
until
next year, but I definitely got some places I want to look into.
Okay. Coach, you got any connections? I know there's a school up here you might have connections at.
Yeah, I mean, he's to me again. I've never coached college golf, but just from being around the game and just watching him, like he has a really good chance of playing high level golf. He qualified for a state tournament last year as an individual. I think you guys know in the regional you have to either go as a team or you got to qualify as an individual. So for him to do that as a freshman just shows what kind of player he is. And then he got to experience the state tournament down in Bowling Green. So just having that experience leading into this year and for his next couple years is really going to help him, in my opinion, because a lot of people that qualify as an individual, they don't get to do that, until their junior or senior year.
When is that, by the way? Tell us. Your season's long.
The regional tournament, Coach Kyle Congleton at Central just sent an email today. The regional is actually at Gibson Bay this year. It's usually at Kearney. I think it's September 28th.
So late September,
late
early
September.
October,
And then the state tournament's that first week in October.
Okay. Speaking of Kearney, do you like links courses or no?
I do. I like playing that style, and Kearney's a good track.
Yeah.
He hits it a really long way, so.
Yeah, so you don't have all the trees in your way.
Not all the trees.
I need some advice from you, okay? What would you tell somebody that when they swing and miss quite a few times, what would you tell them?
I got it. Take 2 weeks and quit.
Okay. I've already done that, so I'm good. I feel like golf is a sport that if you're not good at it, it's hard to enjoy because it can be frustrating at times.
It can.
So, and that's why Newton won't play basketball with me because he's frustrated because the last time we played.
They make it look so easy when you watch it on TV.
Yeah.
And to actually get out there and hit the ball and not go right or left. And
I'm just impressed at the level of golf in our state right now. I mean,
it's crazy.
Again, going back
There's
to when
so
I
many
grew
good
up
ones here in Madison County.
Oh, it's unbelievable. And when I grew up, that you had those 4 or 5 guys that everybody knew throughout the state. But it's like every tournament we go to, it's loaded. And there's just a lot of talent.
Well, before we let you go, I saw over the weekend that Trent DeVries, we'll go talk some basketball now. He's decided to forego his another senior season and play college ball. Talk about that and that decision for Trent.
Yeah, so Trent and I have talked since they passed that law that if you find a really good opportunity this summer that you really like, you need to take advantage of it. And that's what he did. He was in Boston visiting some friends and family, and he came across this school that he's going to and just fell in love not only with the school but with the city of Boston. And I lived up there for 3 years myself, close to Boston, when I was working at UMass, and I know that city's awesome. And when he called me, I could just hear the joy in his voice. And as much as we hate it as a team, like, we're happy for him that he's got that opportunity. And he's just had a hard few years with tearing his ACL, and then of course COVID, and he's been through a lot. So for him to find something that's going to hopefully make him happy, we couldn't be more thrilled for him and the opportunity.
Well, guys, we appreciate you coming over to talk some Southern golf with us.
We're going to stick with Top Golf. We'll just go there.
I'm sticking with putt-putt. I can't even do top. I can't hit it. That's the thing. I can hit a putt-putt. I can't hit it.
All right, putt-putt
If I hit it right now, it might go to that white truck out there. But that's about it. Guys, we appreciate you coming over. Let us know how things are going. Love to have you guys back on sometime here in the future.
Thank you, guys.
Charge him for some lessons.
Yeah, for real. I need them.
Free lessons for you, Michael.
See, there we go, Samantha. You're trying to get me to pay. It's Austin Newton and Clifton Scully of the Madison Southern golf team will come back. We'll talk some Madison Central Volleyball when we come back on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Just think, he'll be driving for real soon. Every new Chevy Equinox comes standard with Chevy Safety Assist, including automatic emergency braking. Find new protection. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer. And in the spring of 1992, Bishop's Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Coconut, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop's Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see you.
Support your favorite team with apparel from Campus Warehouse in Richmond. Whether you're an EKU fan or you're a part of the Big Blue Nation, Campus Warehouse has something for you. Stop by and see their new line of Old Road t-shirts, because guys, we know Saturdays are for the boys. Plus, they have the cutest seasonal tees for the ladies. And Campus Warehouse now carries a new line of tees for the kiddos as well. Visit campuswarehouserichmond.com or stop by their location in the Richmond Center next to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best margaritas and fajitas in town. Doesn't a huge 32-ounce ice-cold beer sound great? Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Support your favorite team with apparel from Campus Warehouse in Richmond. Whether you're an EKU fan or you're a part of the Big Blue Nation, Campus Warehouse has something for you. Stop by and see their new line of Old Road t-shirts, because guys, we know Saturdays are for the boys. Plus, they have the cutest seasonal tees for the ladies. And Campus Warehouse now carries a new line of tees for the kiddos as well. Visit campuswarehouserichmond.com or stop by their location in the Richmond Center next to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best margaritas and fajitas in town. Doesn't a huge 32-ounce ice-cold beer sound great? Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Back into the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, joined by some of the ladies from the Madison Central Volleyball team. Coach Elizabeth Morrow here with us as well. Coach, we were just talking about it. This is your second year back with the team, 16th year overall. You've been around volleyball for a long time, and I know last year was difficult. You were a very young team last year, only 2 seniors. So talk about what it's been like coming into this year in y'all's first game tomorrow. Talk about the moving into the first game.
Well, it's been exciting to have most of our season and conditioning normal, and we've actually had to have gotten to do some team bonding, and the girls, I feel, have gotten pretty close. They work very well together, and I've got great senior leadership. All 4 of the girls that are with us today are seniors. A lot of the girls played club and have extra touches on the ball. We're a complete different team. I'm very excited because at Bluegrass State Games we won 7 games, and to my knowledge we have not done that. But they have done a very good job. They come in every day in good moods, ready to work, and it's just been a pleasure to be with these girls. So I came in at a good time.
I'd say some years are better than others, right? That you're excited about this group. I can tell by how you're talking. I'm sure some years maybe you're like, no, I dread going in today.
I'm always really excited every year that I come in, and if you ever run into some of my girls on the streets, or even these guys, since they were freshmen, they always say, this is the best team we've ever had. And it truly, in my heart, it is. And it is getting better, and I'm pretty excited about this season every time I start out. So, you have some teams, it's like, by the end of the year, it's like, oh, okay. And then some seasons you're like, oh, I wish it wouldn't end. And I feel this is going to be a season that I don't want it to end.
Those years.
Right.
And that's a good thing.
Yes, it is.
Especially after what you girls went through last season.
Yeah. Well, I know, and we were there for a couple of games, and it seemed like that there couldn't be no energy in the gymnasium for you all because of the restriction and everything, and having to wear a mask, and you go over to the bench and sit down. Okay, where's my mask at? That's something you had to worry about. And it adds something else that you have to do as a coach and a player, and whenever it kind of takes your mind off the game, if you will, for a moment. So I know that those things kind of loosening up was a big deal for you all, and now you play Model tomorrow on the first game. Talk about that and how excited it is to get this season finally underway.
Well, it's always pretty exciting. Model has a new coach. I've heard through the grapevine she had about 20 girls that have tried out. So I look forward to see their progression. Anytime you've got another team added in Madison County, and we can build up our district so that we can be comparable with the rest of the schools in Region 11, it's pretty exciting. And I wish them well, and I know we will do well, and I'm expecting to do well all through the district this year. So,
well, I know the Pep Club's already been promoting your all's games. I mean, I was excited on Twitter today. I was like, yes, school hasn't even started, and they are already promoting girls volleyball. So I said, this is going to be a good year. So I'm anxious to see if he gets all your all's.
All right, I don't know if I'm going to get them all. The person, but the names are Sophie, Michaela, Mary, and Emma. Ella. I was so close. Okay, so
you may have confused her with one of her sisters.
The 4 seniors. Talk about what it's like coming into your senior season and the biggest difference this year as opposed to last year. We'll start with Sophie.
This year we have a lot better chemistry in our team, and we've started our season off on a really good foot with winning our games in the Bluegrass State games.
So it gives you confidence coming into the year?
Definitely a lot more than last year.
Michaela, same question to you. I mean, what's been the biggest difference for you coming into your senior year?
No, I completely agree with Sophie. I think we have worked really, really well together as a team. I mean, you just see girls, we're talking over here, we jump over here. I mean, there's no groups. We're working really, really well together. And I think the more we get to know each other, the better the game will go because we understand how we play.
Yeah, I feel like outside and inside of the court, like we're all friends always. We're always talking. We're always getting to know each other. Even like the freshmen coming up, we've gotten close with them. So like I think all of us work really well together. So it really helps on the court. Like we're ready. We're there. We're wanting to play all the time.
Mary, you're the last one. Finish us off.
What they said. I'm just playing. So as when we were 8th graders, most of us played in 8th grade, it was really different and hard because I felt our seniors didn't really let us in, but we really bonded as a team, especially with team bonding going on and stuff.
Well, that was one thing you couldn't do last year. You couldn't have, hangouts or I don't know, a team cookout or whatever it might be.
You stand over there, and I'll stand over here, and now I'm going to try to spike the ball.
Is that what that you all were trying to do this year, to kind of create that bonding and get everybody kind of on the same page? Did that help?
Yeah.
All right, so here's what I want to know. After watching the University of Kentucky volleyball team winning the national championship, and then we've been watching the Olympics, we've had lots of men and women's volleyball, we've had beach volleyball. Like, I've been pumped about volleyball, so I cannot wait for your season. I don't know, do you guys see the enthusiasm from more fans because of all of this?
Oh, yes. Like, I'm really excited about tomorrow's game because, like you said, the Pep Club's been hyping us up on the Twitter and stuff like that. So, like, I'm hoping to see a big come out tomorrow with our student section. And the theme we've got going on is pajamas, so I think it'll be fun. I think I'm really excited about it.
So you can wear your pajamas all day long. And go to the game.
Go to the game.
I'll probably do that at work tomorrow. Can I wear my pajamas to work?
You can try it.
Yeah, I can tell you after the Kentucky game, we had our team camp, and we had over 105 kids from Madison County.
Wow.
And a few from Rockcastle and Estill County that came to our camp. So definitely has helped the area schools with volleyball, I feel.
Yeah, I just feel like there's that excitement out there in the air. Like women's volleyball, it's not a secret anymore.
No, right. Well, I think that kind of goes along with Twitter and Facebook, allowing you to kind of be more out there in the public, and it's something that people used to know about football and basketball games. Now they can know about everything, not just whatever the case. And one thing that we usually come out for every year is the Mad Pink game. Last year it was hosted at Southern, right? And this year it's back.
It was hosted with us, and that was kind of a heartbreak. We usually do a big thing that was started a long time ago, and we could only do donation balls. We couldn't do our baskets and things.
Silent auction stuff.
So it goes down to Coach Grant and Madison Southern this year, but not sure what we're going to raise the money or the cause we're going to raise money for this year. We haven't discussed it yet, but it's always a big deal, and anybody, if that can get promoted any time, the donations always go to a good cause.
So that will be October the 5th.
County.
You play over at Madison Southern. You all play them at home coming up on the 31st.
Right.
So that'll be another big game for you. Now, do you all seed in district play, or is that? I know in basketball they don't, but do you all seed in volleyball during the district?
We do.
So it's important to get that home field or home court advantage, if you will, to have that one seed.
Fortunately, the rules with KHSAA are a little different. It doesn't matter who has the better record or how many points. It's whoever wins that last meeting. So,
really?
Oh.
So if we would win October 5th, no matter what, we're the first seed.
Okay.
As long as we've
beat everybody else, I guess.
Beat everybody else, and same with Madison Southern, as long as they've defeated everybody else too.
Well, good deal.
Girls, you guys being seniors, what is Coach expecting from you guys to help lead this team and bring up, some of the younger athletes?
Go ahead.
No, you got it.
I think a lot of talk on the court and outside of the court, just like getting everyone together all the time, a lot of leadership, step up, take the initiative, and like be ready to go all the time, and make sure that they know that they need to be ready to go all the time too.
Like you never know when you're going to get to go in.
Right. We got to be ready no matter what.
We need you.
Who's the libero this year?
Well, I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
It has been Lily Dobbins. She's done a really good job, but it's like I said, you've got 3 DSs sitting right here in front of you, and outside right side hitter. It's really who's taking the leadership, who's got good attitudes, who's pumping the team up. Might be I don't ever use a libero. I don't ever. It's just a jersey. I know the girls think of it as more, but I haven't. At any given time, it's been pretty exciting this season. I've told the girls, and they can attest to this, that I can look down the bench and anybody can go in. I've got depth this year, and probably one of the first years in a long time that I've had a JV, what I would constitute as JV versus varsity, that. They make each other work. There is no separation. They all are on the bench for varsity.
Well, I know that Cottle, they've had a lot of success with that program over the last couple of years. I think they won their conference championship in all 3 last year, if I'm not mistaken. And they've got some good players coming up through your all system now.
Yep, Cottle and, several girls this year are on the freshman team from Clark Moore, and a couple from Madison Middle. And it's exciting to have a feeder, some feeders now. We're starting to build here in Madison County, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Well, ladies, we appreciate you all coming over. Your first game tomorrow night at home versus Model. You'll play Trinity Christian on the 23rd. Big game against Southern on the 31st. Coach, tell folks where they can go if they want to keep up with Central Volleyball this year, Twitter, Facebook, anything like that.
Well, we've got a Twitter account. There's a Facebook account. You just put in MCHS Volleyball, and you'll find us all over the place.
There you go. And that is the Madison Central Volleyball team. Samantha, it is time for us to wrap up.
No, I always hate that.
Real
quick, I want to know, are y'all ready for school to start back Wednesday? The boys were. The girls are not.
Well, it takes the girls a little bit longer to get ready. The boys just wake up and go. The girls got to wake up.
They want to have more summer sleepovers.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Get-togethers.
Well, girls, good luck this year, and looking forward to keeping up with you all. And we'll try to be there for some games this year. Well, probably the 31st. Is that a Thursday?
Yeah, look, I don't even know what today is, let alone.
I don't either. That's what's serious for it. So, ladies, good luck this year. Folks, don't forget Friday night, Madison Central will take on LCA in a big football game, first game of the year. We'll be there for that. We'll try to let you know whenever we'll be out and about.
Girls will be there,
too. We'll be
there. The war, y'all going to be at the paint war thing?
Oh, yes.
Okay, well, good deal.
I will not be at the paint.
Yes,
no,
tailgate, everything.
In the walk and cookout. Yeah, we'll be there.
All right, y'all have a good night, folks. Thank you for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.